I'm Derek Johnson with Tatango.com, and I'm answering the question, what is required in an opt-in text message confirmation? So what is an opt-in text message confirmation? Essentially, it's the text message that is sent at the very end of an opt-in process that a consumer goes through to opt in to a text message marketing campaign. Essentially, it's like, hey, thank you, you've opted in. But unfortunately, it's not that simple. The CTIA and the wireless carriers have specific guidelines that tell brands exactly what they want to see in that opt-in text message. So there's a few of them here, and I'm going to go through them, each one. The first one is the brand name. You have to tell the consumer the owner of the short code. So if it's Pizza Hut, you have to put Pizza Hut into the text message opt-in confirmation. Second one is opt-out information. Usually it's to opt-out, reply stop. So you need to tell customers how they can opt out of the text messaging campaign they just opted into. Number 3 is customer care contact information. This can either be a phone number or an email address, and essentially it allows consumers a channel to communicate to the brand if they have issues or questions. Fourth one is there has to be a recurring message disclosure. This essentially means that it has to be very evident in the message, in the opt-in confirmation message, that they've opted in for future text messages or recurring text messages. This is very important because a lot of brands will forget that, and the CTIA really is very specific as the fact that they want consumers to be aware that if they're opting in for future text messages. The last one here is you have to disclose message and data rates may apply. Now, this is what the CTIA requires. That is essentially, it's not law, but it's what the carriers and the CTIA, what they require to operate on their networks. So the worst thing that can happen is your short code gets shut down or audited because you're not doing the correct thing. Now on the other side, the legal side, what is the law is the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. That is a completely different beast and requires a completely different set of disclosures. I'm going to go through them because they're super important and you can't leave them out of your opt-in message. So the first part of the TCPA requires that, and it kind of overlaps a little bit with what the CTIA and the wireless carriers want in the message as well. So essentially what they say is you have to tell the consumer that they've opted in for recurring auto-dialed marketing messages. That's the first one. And again, recurring, as you can see, that was part of the CTIA and carrier requirements, so it kind of overlaps a little bit. And then you have to disclose to the consumer, again, this is on the TCPA, this is the legal side, this is the side that consumers can actually sue you under, is you have to let the consumer know that consent was not a condition of purchase. This means that they were not forced into opting into your campaign just because they made a purchase at your business. Those are the two requirements. You have the CTIA and wireless carriers, then you have the TCPA. There's one other one which is not a requirement of anything, but I highly recommend it, is in the opt-in confirmation text message, you also include the terms and conditions of the mobile campaign. Because in the terms and conditions, you can have things like an arbitration clause, you can have additional information that the consumer is agreeing to. So it helps your business protect you against frivolous lawsuits and TCPA complaints and things of that nature. So a lot of different things you have to include. Feel free if you have a question about this or you need a template. I know Tatango has many of these different types of templates to help brands figure out all this because you really only have 160 characters, so you got to fit all of that stuff into one message. So it really takes some finesse sometimes. So hopefully that helps you answer the question as to what is required in an opt-in confirmation text message.